Hello everyone, welcome to another season, 2019, another season of Voice Essentials Live. It is so good to be with you. I have had what could only be described as quite a long break from these live hangouts, so I'm really excited to be back, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about my holidays and those sorts of things this show. We've got a few. Basically today what I want to do is sort of put you in the picture of what we've got going on. I'm just making sure, you know how when you leave your computer for a period of time, you come back and everything's changed? Well, that's kind of happened over the Christmas break, and all Windows must have updated stuff, and so I'm just if you see me double checking things today and settings and those sorts of things, it's because I'm making sure that you can hear me, making sure that you can see me. Of course, I've got Linda, one of our moderators, good old Linda. She's going to be in the chat, keeping chat going well, but also making sure that the technical difficulties, if I need to be aware of any, they'll be going along. I hope you've had a great festive season, and I hope you've enjoyed your time over the Christmas break. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, if you don't, that's okay. It's good to be back with you, and of course we had a couple of videos, well at least one video that went live over the Christmas period where we looked at twang. I hope you enjoyed that, yeah, so this show, what I want to do is really go over a whole range of things that are coming up this year. We've got a big year planned, massive year. It's already kicked off with the pre-release launch of Voice Essentials online course, number 1. I'm going to talk you through that a bit today as well. And I want to talk you through the guests that we've got coming up on the live show. As you know, we have live guests come onto the show. Some really exciting people that I've got lined up for you, even before, during the first quarter of the year. We've got some really exciting people that I'm just chomping at the bit to interview and get to know, so that'll be good fun, and a whole heap of things. But look, I thought we'd kick off today's show I wanted to share some stuff that I did over the holidays. As many of you know, I went camping for a couple of weeks. That was, oh dear, that was, well, first of all, it feels like it was eons ago, but in fact it feels like, yes, it was eons ago. We went for 2 weeks, we hit the bush, and you'd think that 2 weeks would be too long. It was not. We were all going, where did that 2 weeks go? It was fabulous. I don't actually have any, I took a whole heap of photos during that period of time, but I don't have those to show today. What I wanted to show you, when we came back from from camping, I then went to Japan to ski for a week, which was a wonderfully indulgent, privileged thing to do, and I had such a great time. For my brother-in-law's 40th birthday we were doing that, and so I've got this, just a little snippet video to show you that I thought, just to share with you guys what I got up to over the holiday break. I thought I'd just show you a video, and hopefully, now listen, hopefully this is gonna play. Let's see. I'll play this video for you. It only goes for a minute. If I can remember how to do this, dearie me, I'm rusty. Here we go.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
So there you go, a bit of fun. We had a great time, and I hope that I just was watching the audio level on that. I think it might have been a bit loud. I apologise if it was. So we had a great time, and we were able to celebrate my brother-in-law's 40th, which was a lot of fun. I'd never been to Japan before, and what a wonderful people. You know, so polite, and everything is never too much trouble, and so it was quite an experience. If you've never had the opportunity to go to Japan, and the opportunity presents itself, I encourage you to do it. And if you're into skiing, then there's possibly, well, there's no place like Japan to do that. So this year, what I've got coming up for you is just so many things, such a range of things that I know are designed to help you to really get the most out of your voice. And on the thumbnail, you will have seen the thumbnail for today's video was, "Are you ready to learn?" And really, that is what we do here. We learn about singing, we learn about voice, hopefully in a manner. Just checking here. No, that's not from Linda. I want to build an educational environment for you that you can really lock into, that is going to serve your voice in a manner that is highly accessible, both from a financial point of view, but also from an educational point of view. It can be very challenging to find material online that is research-based, evidence-based, but that isn't so highfalutin that it can be difficult to understand. And so I'm doing my best to try and develop learning materials that you can access and that you can find easy to apply. That doesn't mean it doesn't take work, because it does. You have to do your part of the process, and that is the practice and engage with the learning materials, but that it is easy to apply and take on board. And so I'm hoping that this year we're going to release a whole range of things to you. So as you know, many of you will have seen via email, and I've been letting people know on the Facebook group, Voice Essentials community group, that on the 1st of February, so a few days ago, I did a pre-release around the Voice Essentials online course 1. And so what I want to do now, I just want to play you a video where I talk about the course and what you're going to get out of it. You can play this video on the home screen, on the home page and on the product page of Voice Essentials 1 course. But I'll play the video for you now, just so you can kind of get some insight into what we're about to talk through. I'll come back to you in the video takes about 3 minutes. Not that video. Let's go to the right video. I'll play the right video. I told you I was rusty, everyone. Here comes the right video.
Sound check.
Oh, no.
Check 1, check 2.
I am so rusty. Deary me. Here it comes. G'day there. Welcome to Voice Essentials. You've possibly arrived here because you're in search of a reliable, fact-based, research-supported online singing course that is designed to get practical and real-world results. I'm also guessing you don't want to pay an arm and a leg for all of the above. Well, you've come to the right place. Hi, my name is Dr. Dan, and I'm a contemporary singing voice specialist. With over 20 years of singing teaching experience, as well as 25 plus years of professional performance experience, I know a few things about how to help you realize the full potential of your singing voice. With so many online singing courses to choose from these days, it can be hard deciding which one is best for you. So let me narrow it down for you. Firstly, the Voice Essentials suite of online courses is task specific. If you want to learn to sing contemporary genres like rock, pop, country and modern music theatre, then Voice Essentials will be perfect for you. The first course, aptly named Voice Essentials 1, is designed to be highly accessible to the beginner singer as well as the seasoned vocalist who is keen to brush up on their technical skills. Voice Essentials 1 will cover, in detail, each of the 8 technical foundations: breathing, tension management, vocal tone, phonatory patterns, resonance, pitch, volume, and articulation. Perhaps most importantly, the course is crafted to build confidence across your full vocal range. We all want to be able to trust our voice more. I'm guessing you want to be able to perform in front of an audience fully assured that when you open your mouth, you can trust your vocal instrument to be reliable, consistent, and above all, sound great. Well, that's precisely what we will seek to achieve together here at Voice Essentials. Each course is broken into modules. Now, for example, Voice Essentials 1 has 10 modules. You might like to think of these modules as 10 separate singing lessons. Each module or singing lesson is jam-packed with exciting, fun, and informative learning materials, including instructional videos, downloadable and printable lesson sheets, interactive quizzes to test and improve your knowledge, as well as exercise tracks that you can sing along with and practice the skills being taught. You'll be hard-pressed to find another online singing course that delivers so much for such little cost. Actually, the first course, Voice Essentials 1, is only 99 Australian dollars. That's less than $10 per module. I know you've heard this kind of sales pitch before, so I've decided to make the first module in Voice Essentials 1 completely free. I feel pretty confident that you'll really enjoy the learning process that I've designed, and hey, if after working through the first module you find that the course is not what you're looking for, then consider it a gift from me to you as you continue your journey of vocal development. Learning to sing is an exciting, challenging, and incredibly rewarding pursuit. I hope you'll grant me the privilege of accompanying you as you journey along the pathway towards a better voice. I look forward to seeing you again soon in one of the Voice Essential courses. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well. So there you go. So that sort of gives you an overview of what Voice Essentials online course is about. For some time, I've had the Voice Essentials 1 exercise collection, and many of you own a copy of that, and many of you own Voice Essentials 2 exercise collection. But for many of you, you've been asking, to have a step-by-step walkthrough and have me lead you through those exercises. And so that's what this Voice Essentials online course is all about. Now, the course does not go live until April. I am aiming at April 1st, but we're just saying April just in case we have a week or two where we're still trying to get things just absolutely perfect for you. Many of the learning materials are already up there, and you in fact can see, if I can jump back over to this page, I'll show you. This is the website that many of you will be, if I can jump over here. So many of you will have seen this website because many of you will have visited. In fact, many of you have already signed up for the pre-release discount, which we'll talk about more in a moment. So this is just the home page, and it talks you through some very brief things. There's that very video that we've just watched. Talks you through some things. Now here, what we've got here is I'm doing a pre-release sale because I really wanted to. Most of the people that are going to come into contact with this pre-release are you, my community, the people that have participated and helped develop the program by virtue of your questions and your thoughts and your inputs. And so I wanted to give back to you guys, the community, by giving you what I think is a really massive saving on the program. So the program is normally going to be $99. And from April 1st, from the moment it goes live, it is going to be $99. So this pre-release sale is a never to be repeated discount amount. But you do have to purchase the program before February 9 to get 50% off. Now, on top of that, if you can't get the dollars together before February 9, I'm also in week 2, so after February 9, so from February 10 through to February 16, there's going to be another discounted amount. It's going to be 35% off if you can't get yourself together. So you can see the discounts are just slowly but surely working their way down there. And I'm just clicking through here myself. And so to get the big discount, basically $50, it's $49.50 if we're going to be perfectly exact, you must sign up before February 9. Now, to be clear, because I got one email back from someone who wasn't completely clear on exactly what it was, it does not give you entry until April. It simply means you're buying early to get the big discount, to save big dollars, you'll then have entry from April 1st. And so I wanted to let you guys know about that today. As I said, there'll be savings all the way through till March, until we actually launch. But basically, once we get to March, there's only a 15% discount. So basically a $15 discount. So please, if you are thinking you want to participate in this and really becoming, make 2019 the year you really grab it by both hands, then I really encourage you to take advantage of the big discounts up early and do that. Can I just highlight that a single lesson, private lesson with myself for my private students is in fact, just one lesson is $130. So you're with Voice Essentials 1, and in fact I might just take us over there. We'll just go over to here. So this is going to the courses, and if I go to this guy here, so with Voice Essentials 1, you're actually getting, and if I come all the way down, so you can see this is the countdown, if you like, to the end of that first discount period. So there's 5 days to go before that discount of 50% will run out. If I come down here, now this is basically the structure of the lesson. So there's 10 modules. You might like to think of the modules as 10 individual singing lessons. Within that, we fit in the 18 exercises from the Voice Essentials 1 exercise collection. And so we cover all 18 exercises. The first module is actually going to be a free preview for everyone. Anyone who wants to watch it. It's not yet available to be seen because the whole program hasn't been released yet, but from April it will be. And then all of the programs will be here, and you'll be able to access them and go through and learn. In fact, this is not the platform that you end up doing the course on. This is just the landing page. And so, look, there are going to be interactive quizzes. All of the actual exercises are going to be in the program. So if you don't own Voice Essentials 1 exercise collection, that's completely fine, because the MP3s will be playable within the program. The program lasts, you have access to the program when you spend the $99, or if you get the discount for about $50, you actually get access for 4 months to the program. Now, the exercise tracks are not downloadable. The lesson sheets are, but the exercise tracks are only playable within the program. But it certainly allows you, for the duration of the program, to be able to do the exercises and take advantages of that. There are never before seen videos in every single module. So these are not videos that you'll ever find on YouTube or Vimeo or anywhere else. They are only hosted within the program. They're completely dedicated to the program. So you know that when you purchase the program and engage in the Voice Essentials 1 course, you're not engaging in something that you could ever find anywhere else. So this is a purely within the course only. So I wanted to tell you about that. I wanted to tell you about the discounts and make sure that you're all up to speed with that, because I really do want you guys to have access to the very latest and greatest instruction. my process and my pathway is I do my best to research it and deliver you evidence-based programs, and I hope you can really take advantage of that. I also just wanted to let you know, and by the way, if you want any more information about that, you can just drop me an email, and I'm happy to answer any questions for you. In fact, you can leave questions in the chat right now if that's helpful to you. Well, I am going to try and answer a few Q&A questions today about voice and what have you. We haven't done that for so long, so I'm sure that you've got questions that have been building up over time. So we'll do that in a moment, but I might try to also answer any questions you have about the online course as well. I want to let you know too, towards the end of last year, can I be honest with you and say I really ran out of steam when it came to just energy levels. I basically crawled my way to the end of the year. It had been such a massive year. And so you will have noticed that my engagement in the Facebook community group did kind of start to wane a bit, and I'm yet to ramp that up, but I do have every intention of really getting back into being a little bit more active on the Facebook group. And so if you're not a part of the Facebook group, just look up Voice Essentials Community on Facebook and you can participate in that. You do have to request to be a part of the group, but there's so many good things that happen over there. And I even though I haven't been interacting a lot, I have been keeping an eye, and Linda and a few of my other moderators have been tracking what's going on over there as well. And so thank you to her, who incidentally I actually got to meet Linda in person a few weeks back. One of the highlights of my holidays was to actually meet Linda. Linda was up from Tasmania, which is like thousands of kilometres away. It's an Australian state, but they're a long way away. And so she was in Brisbane with her husband and her family, and so we got to have a coffee, and it was really nice. It was so good to meet Linda. So now let's talk about the schedule that we're going to be doing this year with when it comes to videos. So first of all, let me talk about the weekly live hangouts. They are continuing. Every Monday, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, like it's always been, during term time. So we'll sort of have 4 mini seasons in the year, and I'll take a week off here and there, but generally weekly, Mondays, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we'll be having these live hangouts. In keeping with what we did last year, this year we are also going to be having live guests come onto the show, where I will be interviewing them, and we'll be having a great chat about whatever subject we come to fancy. And so I just wanted to quickly talk you through. Now, as you remember, last year we had the most amazing group of teachers and singers come onto the show. And I really do this because I believe there is wisdom in the counsel of many. I've said this to you many times before. I am not a guru. I don't consider myself to be a vocal guru. I have some expertise in the area of contemporary voice, and I bring that to you on the live shows and in the pre-record videos. But equally, there are so many good people who are not here on YouTube regularly that I want to give you access to and have you meet and hear the level of expertise. Because it is very easy, isn't it, here on YouTube to think that, YouTube is sort of the water level when it comes to the level of expertise around voice. And, especially around the fad of the time, these, voice teacher react videos, in which I'm the more I see it happening, the less inclined I am towards. They're starting to be a little bit annoying to me, I must admit. But it's very easy to start thinking that that's the level of expertise available to us, and it is not. It is the water level is so much higher. And so I want to give you guys access, guys and gals, access to some of the best people. Now, our first guest for the year is a friend of mine, Nancy Bowes. She's an American singing teacher, and she's been so kind enough to be our first guest. So please tune in next week when Nancy will come on, and she's just got such a great heart and intent for the learner, and I know that she's just going to give us so many great tools and tips and tricks about how we can get the very most out of our learning process this year as we engage in any learning material you choose to engage with. Straight after that, I am really excited to announce that Justin Stoney from New York Vocal Coaching, many of you are subscribed to his channel, many of you have, I've encouraged you to go over and check his stuff out before. I'm really excited because I believe this is one of the first, if not the first, times Justin has ever joined someone on a live chat like we're going to be doing. And so this is going to be a show you cannot miss. That will be on the 25th of February, and so that is going to be super cool. After that, we have Dr. Trinice Robinson Martin, and she is like one of the world's leading experts on gospel voice. And so she tours the world doing workshops and seminars, and I've known Trinice for 7 or 8 years, and we've been authors in books together, and she is like top shelf, everyone. After that, I'm yet to confirm the date, but I'm hoping to lock in. Certainly, Melissa Cross from Zen of Scream has said yes, she wants to come onto the show, but we're having trouble. She is so busy. We're having trouble locking down a date. I'm hoping it will be the 25th of March, but nonetheless, I'll let you know. I'll keep you up to speed with that. She is such a big name. Like, she is one of the world's leading experts on distorted voice, for screamo, death, metal. She is coming onto the show. This is so big. Then after that, I'm telling you, we have some of the best people coming on. After that, we have a gentleman by the name of Dr. Brian Gill. He has been described to me privately by other people, not by himself, but as probably the world's next biggest voice research scientist experts. He is almost sitting at genius level. He spoke at the ANATS conference last year for singing teachers. This guy is massive as far as his intellect and his experience, but beyond that, he's actually just a really nice guy. He's going to be a great chat. So he's coming on the show on the 8th of April. Then we'll hit the Easter break. Then coming back, I've already lined up to have someone that you may not have come across. But this guy, his name is Clifford Strum, and he is the pop song professor. He's on YouTube. He's a YouTuber. You can go and check him out. He's got 100,000 something plus subscribers. He's going to be coming on and talking about songwriting and the narrative and all those sorts of things. So that's going to be great. And then at some point during term 2, we're also going to have Marcy Daniels Rosenberg, who is the co-author of The Vocal Athlete. Remember who was our special guest towards the end of last year? Anyway, Marcy's co-author was on the show last year, and I'm really embarrassed that the name has escaped me for the moment. Anyway, Marcy is coming on to the show, and so that's going to be exciting. Seriously, 2019, could I be any more excited? I hope you are going to be able to tune in live. If you can't, then of course you can always watch the shows in rewind, or what do we call replay? Watch the shows after they've gone. Anyway, you know what I mean. And then, so that's the live shows. If that were not enough, which hopefully it is because that's massive, starting in April, I am going to be doing a pre-record. So we've got a pre-record video going live again on Wednesday, this coming week. There's been a lot of discussion on YouTube about you know, should you sing sick, shouldn't you sing sick? You know pretty much my view on it. But I've never done a video that really got into the sort of the sciencey background of why and how and when should you sing sick, and if you have to sing sick, what are the risks? So this video is going to really unpack that for you and hopefully really equip you with not just Daniel said, but more so the information, hopefully equip you with the information that you need to really make that decision and to really understand why you're choosing to either sing and therefore the risks, or why you're not. So anyway, that'll go live on Wednesday. And then the first Wednesday of March, I've got a whole video dedicated to breath management, appoggio and accent. So we're going to talk about that in quite some depth. And then after that in April, so basically the same month that the Voice Essentials online course will become fully available, I'm going to be going to a fortnightly schedule. So it'll be the first and third Wednesdays of every month. There will be a new pre-record video that will go live for you to just keep feeding you, hopefully, good information that you can trust and rely upon. Beyond that, I've looked at my schedule. So last year, remember we had the videos about, what were they called? The pit stop videos. And I do, in the future, have the desire to bring those back and do those again and do those little snippets of information. To be honest, my year is so jam-packed. As many of you know, I'm the president of the Australian Voice Association for this year and next. And that is already proving to be, oh my goodness, it's a big job. And so for my own sanity, and also to ensure that I bring you good quality information, I thought it was probably wise to do less is best, to ensure that I don't just, start doing piecemeal stuff. I really want to continue to bring you excellent material, and to do that sort of ethos justice, I'm paring it back just a smidge. But certainly there's so much coming up. So the other thing that's coming up, so many of you own the Voice Essentials 1 and Voice Essentials 2 exercise collection. What you're also going to have access to, hopefully in September of this year, I hope to release Voice Essentials 3 exercise collections. So at the moment there are 36 exercises between 1 and 2. I'm going to add another 14, 15 exercises to that, so that we'll have this ecosystem of 50 exercises that we can really sink our teeth into. Beyond that, in 2020, I'm hoping to then release Voice Essentials, not hoping to, I will be releasing Voice Essentials 2 online course, and then later in 2020, Voice Essentials 3 online course. So we're really building this this environment where you can really engage in the learning process. There is so much going on. Remember the thumbnail of today's video, are you ready to learn? Well, I'm hoping to really bring you a lot of educational material that you are going to learn from, that you're going to be able to deep dive into. It's going to be so much more than, a voice coach reacts video. I'm hoping that you're going to get a lot out of it, and I am actually excited. I know that's a really cliche thing to say, but I'm excited. I'm excited by watching you engage in the learning process, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. In the meantime, I think we should do a quick Q&A. I want to answer a few questions for you, and so let's come back in a moment and answer some questions that you've had over the Christmas break, over the festive season, and then we'll get into the year. We'll get our year started. Okay, so we've got a whole heap of people. It's so good to see so many of the regulars. Matt, I saw Joe Cockney on there, Music Lover, Jamie. There's so many people here that are engaged, and it's so good to have you back. Let's come down here. I'm looking at some questions that Linda has written down. And Matt, I think it's probably appropriate we give Matt the first question for the year, given that he every week, Matt, you jump in, you're the first person. Dr. Dan, do you play an instrument besides your voice and piano? I play the drums and I can sing while I play. Is it hard to play piano and sing for you, or does it come easy? Well, firstly, Matt, I don't play piano. You do see me play scales on the piano, that's true. But I don't play piano, I play scales. I do play guitar. And so, in fact, I was leading worship at my church last night and I was leading on guitar. So it is a complex task to play any instrument and to sing. I'm always amazed at drummers who play and sing, so the Phil Collins of the world, simply because there's so much going on with all appendages. Not just hands and arms, but legs and feet. And so, yes, it is a complex task, and it does, like any skill, it takes practice. Scott has asked here, hi Dan, when I use vibrato in my singing, I can see something in my throat, roughly where my jaw meets my neck in the middle, vibrating. Am I doing vibrato incorrectly? If so, how can I correct this? That is a hard question to answer, Scott, without actually seeing what's going on. Often when people are doing vibrato, what they might think is vibrato can actually just simply be tension. And so it can be tension through the mandibular joint because the jaw locks down. It can be tension through the extrinsic muscles, the sternocleidomastoid, and so you'll see some waggle in there. And so, in fact, it's not actually vibrato. It's more a tremolo brought about by simply vibration of the muscles, sort of under stress. So it is a hard thing to answer for you, Scott, without actually seeing that. But maybe just what I've said will give you some indicators there. Hi A, I just discovered that in terms of position, what I hear is popular voices use that point of vocal break to go into head or chest voice. What do you think? So, yeah, classical and contemporary voice do apply the idea of registrational transition differently. And so, dependent on the discipline, dependent on the genre within that discipline, will determine what your voice, how you transition. So in contemporary, it used to be that in contemporary, back in the 80s, we were teaching singers, 80s and 90s for that matter, we were teaching singers to not transition, to be short and dominant all the way up. But that we now know that's not the full gamut of contemporary voice at all. Sometimes we want to be able to transition smoothly. Sometimes in contemporary voice we want to hear almost a flip, and I mean the exaggerated version of that would be a yodel. But we do want to just have the voice so that ultimately the aim with everything technically with the voice is choice for voice. You want to be able to make a choice. You never want to simply be able to have to open your mouth and hope for the best. You always want to you always want to know why you do what you do and be able to make choices for the voice to do that by virtue of you being in control of those decisions. And so we go looking for the same thing around transitions. But yes, the difference between classical and contemporary, there will be differences in how we apply that. Jamie's asking, do I have to use a new account for this website from Desjardins? Excellent question, Jamie. Yes, you do. They are completely different URLs because the learning, it's very different. The learning environment is very different, and it's going to step you through, and yes, you do have to sign up to a new account to get access to the new program. And if you already own the exercise tracks, the MP3s that you've already downloaded, that's fantastic because it means that you'll still have access to those. But you do have to purchase the learning program separately. And there's links in the description section of this video. And so you can certainly go to voiceessentials.com.au. That's exactly the URL, voiceessentials.com.au. And hopefully you can get to it via that. Is stretching your chest voice, as certain vocal coaches preach, safe in your view? yes, with the disclaimer that you are doing it correctly. So, for example, most of us could learn to do the splits, but there would be some pretty dangerous ways about learning to do the splits, and it would take time to stretch the tendons and the ligaments. For me, it would take more time than most to be able to do the splits, where your legs go like that. The same with learning to extend or stretch your chest voice. The same things apply for Exlumian. So make sure there is actually a video on the channel. Go looking for Take Your Chest Voice Higher, I think is the name from memory of that video. A couple more and then we've got to finish up because I've got a student that will be arriving any moment. Bartek, is it possible to efficiently use each note of your range in songs in a way they all sound nice from very lowest to the absolute highest? Yes. Yeah, that's what good technique is about. But remember, that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What one person determines as being, efficient and, well, not necessarily efficient, but what do they say? Nice, sounds nice, is not necessarily what another person believes sounds nice, but it's a matter of being guided by your own artistic bent, what other people feed back to you is about, But yes, the whole idea of developing technique is to build efficiency across the range. So again, you've got choice of a voice. Lucas, so good to have so many of you who are regularly on the show come back. First show back, it's exciting. Lucas is one of those. Dr. Dan and team, have you read Set Your Voice Free by Roger Love? If so, what are your thoughts? My simple response to that is, Lucas, no, I haven't, sorry. So I can't comment to that. Ronnie, thanks for the heads up about a new text. I'm always looking for new textbooks to read, so I'll have to go and check that out if I find time. Ronnie, how to develop or own singing style. Ronnie, there's some good videos on my channel about that. You might want to go and check that out at Voice Essentials here on YouTube. Go across to the videos page and you'll just search through. There's a whole heap of stuff on there about singing style. Golum Gel, I hope I said that correctly. What is a healthy way to extend my vocal range down? Is this even possible? There's another video on the channel about taking working on your low notes. It is a thing, isn't it, among singers online, especially on YouTube. Everyone wants to sing high. Everyone wants to extend their range up. Very few people have the maturity to recognize, actually, I can also work on my lower register and work on my low notes, and that too is beneficial to my overall development. So there is a video on the channel about that, Golum Gel. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to give the last question for the day to Chelsea Brando. Nice to have you along, Chelsea. I tend to struggle with singing harmony. Do you have any advice to improve harmony singing skills? I do have a video, a really basic video called Singing Harmonies 101 on the channel, Chelsea. And interesting you should ask about it because one of the plans around Voice Essentials 3 exercise collection coming out in September is to put on there some harmony exercises. So I'll keep you more up to date as we get closer to that period of time. But I'm hoping to have at least 2 tracks on that exercise collection, Voice Essentials 3, that will target the idea of singing harmonies. So stay tuned, Chelsea. There is some more stuff coming up. The one rule around learning to sing well, sing harmonies, and I'll just is learn the melody first. That's always the first step. You need to be able to sing the melody well and know it off by heart and really have a good handle on the melody before you start learning the harmony. That is probably the number one step to learning good harmony. It sounds counterproductive, doesn't it? Counterintuitive. I went to say counterprotruitive. I think I just created a new word. Counterintuitive to learning the harmony, to actually learn the melody, but you've got to know where the melody is going to ensure that you sing well, good harmony. There we go. That is the start of the new year. As you can see, it is going to be massive. I'm really excited. I hope you'll come along for the ride. I know many of you will. It has been so good to see so many of you chime in today. I'm looking forward to having Nancy Bowes on the channel, on the show next week. I hope you'll tune in. She's going to be so encouraging. So if you're really looking to bolster and be encouraged in your learning process this year, I know Nancy is going to bring that to the show, and she's got some really key things to say around learning journals. I won't give too much more away, but she is definitely going to be talking to us about that. Hey, if you've enjoyed the show today, give the show a thumbs up. If you haven't already enrolled to the Voice Essentials online course, I really encourage you to take advantage of the cheaper prices while they last. But in the meantime, I very much look forward to seeing you again soon on Wednesday for the next pre-record release. The next video will be coming out then. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you don't. Hit the bell icon and make sure that's the only way you'll hear about these videos via the YouTube notification process. You know how it all goes. I'm looking forward to the year, and I'm looking forward to spending it with you. I'll see you soon. My name's Dr. Dan.